Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hello. All right, there we are. We are live. This is the Gross Domesticated Podcast. I got Instagram here. Patrick Muskin is there. Hi, buddy. Good to see you. I am going live. I'm doing a podcast here from the W. Robertson Memorial Caddick to try something new. I wanted to try something a little bit out of the ordinary. I wanted to have more of a interactive element, kind of a fun thing. I don't know. Like if you want to join in, you know what I mean. You can join in through Instagram Live. You can pound off in the comments if you want. I'm live here on YouTube. Obviously, follow Baby Mermaid Productions on both YouTube and Instagram to join in live on either way, and check out some of the other shows on the platform. I got some stand up there for you. I got Your Hacks, which is a golf show. If you like golf, it's Golf and Comedians, hosted by John Montag, wonderful man. We got Proper Ebonics, which is great. We got the Gross Domesticated Podcast, which is obviously this one here. Usually I'm co-hosted with my wife. It's cool to do that again, by the way. Borat's back. Blessed. No, Dom is like she's at work today. She's actually making a living, so it's so it's just me today. But she will be joining on the days. So as of right now, the tentative plan is to have a schedule not unlike this. As you can see, I don't know. There it is, but it's not on the Instagram feed, obviously. But Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings around 11 till about 1 p.m. You can join in either on Instagram Live, on YouTube. I'm going to be trying to live stream here. So if you ever you want to spend your lunch break fucking around, if you don't work, also you can just join in. You can ask to join in with the Instagram Live, and you won't be included on the video, obviously for the YouTube, but you will be included on the video. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to implement that, if I can actually use any of that, but as of right now, no video from the Instagram, all video from just the YouTube here. So if you want to follow along, you can, but you don't have to. You can watch it later on after you subscribe to Baby Mermaid Productions on YouTube. So if I was telling that to the Instagram people because, you guys are already here. So either way, I wanted to do a recap of how everybody's Halloween weekend was. I don't know how anybody fared. I think Pat, actually, who was here a little bit earlier, I think he did a little bit, not trick-or-treating, but like kind of did like family stuff. A lot of people are pod-oriented right now, which is cool because, I don't know, I like the safety aspect of like people like making sure everybody, hey, you've been quarantined, I've been quarantined, all that stuff. But I actually had to quarantine myself for most of this past actual week, because of the actual week. What the fuck does that mean? But the I had a COVID scare of my own, so I appreciate any safety measures that were taken. I had a pretty bad sinus infection that once I admitted to having a sinus infection, realized apparently apparently sinus congestion, runny nose, like apparently the same like ailments that you have with a regular cold, a flu, or even just regular seasonal allergies apparently are the same symptoms for the killer motherfucking, hold on, sorry, just doing a little Instagram thing, but apparently it's the same symptoms you have for the COVID. So apparently either you have allergies, or either seasonal allergies, or you're going to die. So I spent a whole week, and it's fucking crazy. It's almost like, it almost felt like it's so weird to say, like, the only experience that I've had so far with COVID has been enjoying the stimulus check, and also being terrified that I was going to die. Those are the only two things I'm not really scared of. I didn't think I was scared of getting COVID until somebody was like, "Hey, you should be tested for COVID." And I was like, "Holy shit." But even though it was over a video conference, I feel like, wasn't it? I think it was like, wasn't it the doctor in the Terry Schiavo case got like a bunch of shit because they diagnosed her over a video or something like that. I can't remember if that was the case, but either way, I that's like the norm now, and that's cool. I don't. Hey, whatever. Hey, got me antibiotics, and it got me all fixed. So either COVID can be cured by antibiotics, and I don't know. The test is not that weird. I didn't think, when people are saying like, oh, it goes into your brain and it fucking like, it wasn't that bad. I really didn't feel like, hey buddy, how's it going? Mike's here. There's like it's weird, like having the COVID test is not like it's not, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't feel like it. I also had been doing a neti pot for like 2 or 3 days straight. So I tried everything. I tried everything I could to not go to the doctor. COVID's not real. Wake up, sheeple. No, it's pretty real. Actually, honestly, I don't know. You're right. I am okay. Happy birthday, by the way, to Mike O'Donnell, joining us on Instagram Live right now. He had a wonderful birthday and if I was not quarantining, would have been able to go. If I was for sure not COVID filled, I would have gone to Shogun with you and the boys and cut it up. No pun intended. Get it? But it was the COVID test was not like, it kind of felt like, it just felt like literally just sticking a Q-tip, stick a Q-tip in your nose. Like most people that have nosebleeds, I guess, use they put like Vaseline on a Q-tip and put it in their nose just to keep it from drying out. Do that. Yeah, just do that, and that's a COVID test essentially. There you go. You got it. So, not that bad. Came back negative, basically right at the 72 hours almost too. Like it was like they took every bit of time they needed for that. So hey, whatever. Found out I'm cured, but I still had to finish the antibiotics, which I believe will happen in about an hour or two. So hopefully, that'll officially take care of all the COVID that's left in my body. But I don't know how. Mike, did you do anything fun for Halloween? I didn't. I feel like this Halloween was kind of ruined for me. I just watched the UFC at home by myself, or actually Dom was there, but she doesn't. She says she likes them, but I'm still up to debate with me. I don't know. I don't think we had any trick or treaters, but he slept all day. Yeah. Fuck it. Why not? I mean, Mike slept all day. We fucking watched. Dom, I think, had to probably work. You know what I mean? Like this, it's basically every day. Quarantining, like it was weird because I thought it didn't change that much from like what quarantine was when like everything shut down to like now. I didn't think it changed that much, but I was doing way more than apparently my whole life is like 2 different things that I do. I do like comedy and jiu-jitsu. And once I'm able to do those things again, if you take those back, it feels like straight up everything shut down again. But knowing that everybody else was doing those things still was so fucking frustrating to me. But Halloween didn't feel like that this year. I don't know. I wasn't really motivated to go out because I don't really fucks with Halloween that much. I like it. I like the season. Obviously, it's nice and chilly out. It's fucking freezing today. It's windy as hell. Also, if my house blows over, that'll be awesome if it happens live. I think it's not like I don't feel like better than it. Like it's not that. I'm not a big party person. Like Mike knows, I don't drink a ton. I kind of. Like I like spooky movies; those are pretty cool. But even still, like we watched that Bly Manor, whatever, Haunting of Bly Manor. No spoilers, but I didn't really like it. But also, I watched the entire thing. So who's the fool now? It's me. I think I think for the most part, the only event that I was really concerned with on Halloween was Anderson Silva's last fight, which was a lot of people retiring, a lot of greats retiring. Actually, well, Anderson Silva is a great, but definitely I always considered him. He was always my GOAT, greatest of all time. I don't know if you're not familiar, if the fucking internet's not familiar. But I think I think there's still a. Hold on. No, guys, you gotta vote. You gotta fucking vote. I've gotten the weirdest fucking calls from people, like from numbers. A number I didn't have. I didn't have any. Uh, I didn't have this person like saved in my number like thing. It's so weird. The name pops up, but I don't have the number saved in my contacts. It's the weirdest thing. So like, it freaked me out last night. I didn't recognize this thing, but it was like the last name for. It's almost like it just showed up as regular caller ID. It's so strange, but it was some fucking dickhead reminding me to vote. I'm getting calls to vote in Florida, but yeah. Anderson Silva unfortunately lost his last fight, his retirement fight. It's not because I don't think he lost because I don't know. He's 45 years old. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do? And when you inspire a whole generation of fighters, and you know what I mean? Like I feel like that's saying something. You're the reason you're not able to beat these people is because grew up watching every move you fucking made. So I really wasn't that bummed out. Dom was like, I'm really sorry, babe. Because she was a big Ronda Rousey fan, is a big Ronda Rousey fan, and when she had those couple it was again like not necessarily that Holly Holmes grew up watching Ronda Rousey, but she's just like she's watching this lady go like, oh yeah, all you have to do is this, all you have to do is kick her in the head. And then Amanda Nunes is like, yeah, all you have to do is punch her in the head and then kick her in the head. Like, so if your fights, your highlights are tape. So like if everybody in the world is watching, like Israel Adesanya has got to be terrified. I have no idea why Israel Adesanya, hey Andy, what's up, buddy? Israel Adesanya is moving up to light heavyweight to fight for the light heavyweight title. And that's a fucking great fight. But also, what? Like, you already got it. Like, but then you talk about he wants to be like the other ones. So you want to be, if you could get past her judo, she crumbles. Yeah, exactly. Michael O'Donnell brings up a great point. If you just get past her judo, she crumbles because her strike. And also, I believe it was her coach that was making her believe that she can strike. Like that's what I've heard every single person say. Like, yeah, that was a mistake. Is when you start thinking like, go for it. Yeah, go ahead and get into a fucking with this world champion kickboxer. Go ahead and just go like strike it up. Don't try to close the distance. No. Stay at distance and just fucking. Bob, it doesn't work. I know nothing. I know nothing about fighting, and I know that seeing somebody like. It's almost like it's so cool when you see like an undefeated fighter, you see something like that where like you can get to that point where like every fighter they get you every fucking time. They get you every fucking time with that package saying like like, oh, this is the one, this is the person. And they just show all their fucking knockouts and everything, but they haven't fought this person yet. You know what I mean? So anytime I see that, I'm like, yep, this is the person. This is the person. But with like Holly Holm, like you're like, yeah, like why not? Why wouldn't it be this person? So it's still yeah. Unload the truck. Oh, love you, Andy. Such a sweetheart. But I think there's still like something cool about like every person coming up. This is the person. This is the person. But once you see, so maybe this decision, and actually, I think I just figured it out. This is what it is. Israel Adesanya does not want to have to fight Robert Whittaker again for that belt. Or maybe he doesn't want to wait for him to be ready to fight for the belt again. I think he wanted to fight Jared Cannonier, but doesn't want to have to fight a rematch with a guy he already fucking demolished, essentially. So that makes a little bit more sense. Also adding to the greatness, adding to the record, undefeated, blah, 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 2 belts, yada, 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 GOAT. Everybody's a fucking GOAT now, man. Like, everybody's undefeated. Like, Bryce Mitchell fought this weekend, too. Mike, do you like Bryce Mitchell? This is a weird thing. So, Bryce Mitchell is the guy who won with a twister, won submission of the year, I think, in 2018 or 19 with a twister. He got a twister finish. And crazy 10th Planet, I believe, invented a jiu-jitsu move that is highly unlikely to get, I think, in MMA. So that's why he got submission of the year. Bryce Mitchell afterwards demanded camo fight shorts from Reebok. He wanted camo fight shorts, and yeah, it's crazy. Mike, jiu-jitsu blue belt with a couple of stripes, if I remember correctly. Also pretty proficient in judo himself. Says anybody that hits a twister, he respects. And you know what? Anybody that Mike respects, I probably respect. I don't know for sure exactly everybody that Mike respects, but we'll go through that list later on. But there's a he did that. Then he had another win, a very, very dominant win. Goes up to Dana White. I think this was during the bubble UFC times, and says to him, "Hey man, what do I got to do to get these camo?" He's from Arkansas, I believe, as well, or Alabama, one of those, and says, "What do I got to do to get these goddamn camo shorts?" Blah, blah, blah. And Reebok is like, "Yeah, we got it. You're good." I was talking to Dom. Like I said, I spoke it into existence. I was talking to Dom right before the fight. I was like, I like this guy because I've never heard him talk politics. I've never heard him do whatever. And he's like one of those guys where he sounds like one of those guys that I don't want to hear talking about politics. And I'm not a guy that wants. I don't want to hear it either way. I don't want to hear either person, either side, both sides. Okay, I don't want to hear either side bitching about the other side. It just doesn't. I don't care. I just want you can do that, but I'm usually drawn to people that aren't that way. I feel like Khabib is kind of that way. I don't know. Khabib just said some weird shit about Islam apparently. Real question is, if Trump loses, does Colby Covington still rock a MAGA hat or MAGA gear? I think so, because they're still the same base. I feel like. And that's where actually I'm kind of going with this. Bryce Mitchell is not unlike Colby Covington. Pretty unpopular ideas right after the fight. Right after the fight, he gets on the mic. And I don't know. I don't know. I didn't watch the full press conference. But at some point after, he had, I think a 3 or 4 minute, just kind of tirade of, I'm alleging a lot of things just in case. Look it up. It's on YouTube. It's right there. But it's Bryce Mitchell saying, I see these kids wearing a mask in the schoolyard and they can't breathe fresh air. And he's talking shit about the governor of wherever he's from, bowing to all this pressure to these people. And we didn't get a right. First of all, he starts even by saying, I don't like to talk a lot about politics. And then says, we didn't get a chance to vote for masks. And it's it's still a pandemic. There still isn't a cure. I understand the freedom thing, but it just immediately flipped how I felt, because I was just like, damn it, I don't need a soapbox fighter guy. And that's the thing is I have heard it, I hey, there's a lot of things going on out there. I just want to say I love my family. I even the Christian stuff. I a lot of times I don't usually like that in music or movies or anything where they're like, oh, we just want to thank God over everybody. I don't care that's your thing. That's your thing. But you're like, oh man, he didn't say it in the ring. It's not like he's sitting the earth is flat and kicks him or something like that. He's just it's still one of those things. I don't know. It's almost like Mike says. It's almost like people who get a hit in the head for a living shouldn't be giving speeches. Exactly. That's one of those things where you can have a character. You have a character like Colby Covington, who's essentially, if you're familiar with wrestling like I am, you're right, Mike, me and you, he's a heel, right? He's a bad guy. He's a guy that's going to be I like Donald Trump or whatever. I like the guy who says the unpopular things with some people. And that's even the thing, is because for the most part, I believe it is pretty much 50-50, maybe 60-40 of people who either agree or like Trump or agree or like Biden or whoever, any the other side, one side or the other side. So it's a strong push, but I think no matter what, I think Colby Covington will just continue to repeat whatever that side repeats. So if Trump loses, it'll be ballot tampering, rigged election, no recount. Like it'll be whatever. Like I'm sure that they have phrases all lined up. They have them like I believe that there's T-shirts and hats already printed, like the NBA Finals if they win or lose. Like I think they have merch either way, or you don't even have to do that anymore. Like now they can just do the thing where, well, I guess they would have like a box of them, like they do at the finals or whatever. They print like 300 or 400 or whatever each. He'll have the hat that says, "What about Hunter's laptop?" Yeah, stuff like that. Like he'll like he's gone out with Donald Trump Jr.'s book before. Like there's plenty of times he is just a Trump guy. I think he's established as just Trump guy now. So like either way, like it'll be lock her up, like any of the phrases that they come up with or whatever, I think that'll be the thing that I think he'll continue with, because actually you see Jorge Masvidal. This is not a UFC podcast, but we got Mike here, and Mike knows MMA. Okay, pal. But no, Jorge Masvidal was in a Trump commercial. I remember I think it was like, I can't remember what I had on. I think it was probably like Impractical Jokers. It was something, I don't normally watch like cable TV or like live regular TV or anything like that, but it was one of those things where like regular commercials were playing, and this was like a TV ad. So it might have been, I think it was on something. Might have been on like True TV or something like that. But it was Jorge. It might have been during football actually. I think that was the weird thing. It was like during a game, and Jorge Masvidal is like talking about how bullshit it is that Biden was playing Despacito at one of his conferences, or conferences. What is it? Rallies. Yeah. Either way, yeah. He likes Trump, and it's. Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, Lil Wayne just endorsed. Trump. Wow, that's crazy. It's nuts because I wonder. I wonder if this was. They were talking about this on I think on Jim and Sam this morning. They were talking about 50 Cent also endorsed Trump and then said fuck Trump or whatever. But they think he's just basically trolling, essentially. So I don't know if this is a thing. Like we kind of talked about it a little bit last night. Andy Malafarina, who you can check out a show on Baby Mermaid Productions playlist, a show that we do about reviewing albums from our past and just albums that we think are kind of essential. We talked about it's called What About, with Andy and Pat. Check it out. But it's kind of like I forgot the point I was trying to make with that. God damn it. But it's like it's essentially you get to the point where your message I wish I knew where that was. But I was watching football and I saw Jorge Masvidal on this Trump ad, and I was like, I get if you're not. Oh yeah, if you're just trolling for the sake of trolling, that's what it was. God damn it. But I think essentially, what happens is, I think that there are definitely trolls that are just trolling for the sake of trolling, and I think there are some millionaires that are realizing, I think that I'm going to get some tax breaks that are going to help me out, and I don't really give a shit about a lot of other things, because it is kind of all just been trolling. Like the whole election has just kind of been this, like the whole campaigning, the whole, hey, shut up, man, come on, man, blah, blah, blah. Like, if you're not black, if you don't vote for me, and then Trump's Trump anytime. My favorite, by the way, I don't know, this is the funniest thing. He said when he was at the one of his rallies, and he's sitting there saying, I'm immune. I'll kiss any guy in here. I'll kiss anybody in here. Any man or woman. This guy over here, he's a pretty good looking guy. Like all this shit. I'm like, man, like, what is this? Like, what the fuck is this? This is crazy that it really is just a likability contest. I don't know if anybody really trusts or truly, like, it's just who they like more. And for some people, I think they think the things that Trump says or does are funny. Every dude in here, and then he danced to YMCA. Really? Wow, that's funny. You know what I mean? It's if I don't necessarily trust either one, yes, I'm gonna vote. I don't trust either person, but one person is funnier, one person is not funny. But I don't know. Biden's still funny. I'm still voting, but it doesn't mean that. So I don't know if there's a thing with counterculture, like where like the mainstream of like Hollywood at least, and the mainstream of like again, the mainstream media. A lot of times, a lot of people, and for rightfully so, don't want Trump in. That's the popular opinion. So the popular opinion is that the counterculture automatically would be, I like Trump. So that's kind of that. It feels like that's what it would be. So embracing more of the funny kind of thing. But I don't like the whole it's so bad it's good thing, or boy, like I still kind of go like, yeah, I kind of I it doesn't matter how many mushrooms I've done. I still kind of do want a little bit of civility, a little bit of like I need a little bit of sheen. It doesn't mean I don't like or I don't I don't think that some of the things he says or does are hilarious, but it also means like you know, is hilarious worth is hilarious worth like and that's the thing. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's weird to see people that are popular with everybody. It's like, so there was a lot of people that I think would be pro Biden that were also pro Jorge Masvidal and thought it was kind of a layup. But I feel like I think it's a weird way, and it's such a weird thing for him to do. It's so weird because he has a weird thing with Colby Covington. I just thought of that. He has a rivalry, if it were, an ex-friendship with Colby Covington, but where he has criticized him for his Trump support. And it's weird that it's strange to me. It does seem like just moves by celebrities to get, like, again, we're talking about Lil Wayne, we're talking about fucking 50 Cent, we're talking about Bryce Mitchell, Bryce Mitchell again, did not say anything about Trump. He was just saying stuff about masks and everything. But I think it is interesting that I think it's so fucking interesting if any fighter. Now, this was something Mike brought up a little bit earlier. People that get punched in the head for a living, should they be giving their opinions like this? Yeah, probably, because guess what? They're the only ones that can back it up, and they're the only ones that are willing to back it up. If you talk to a fucking dork on Fox, you go to like, like I don't believe what you believe. They're like, yeah, well, and they go for it, and then, but like they're never actually gonna fight somebody. They're never gonna they can't beat you up. They're gonna talk shit, and they're gonna talk shit online, and they're gonna talk shit on podcasts and radio shows and all this other shit. But they're not gonna actually fight you. Bryce Mitchell will say, like, you go up to Bryce Mitchell, say, put on a fucking mask, motherfucker, and you start filming him like it's like stolen valor or some shit. He may just punch you. Again, not saying that they are just violent people. They are martial artists. I'm sure that they have discipline, but they can beat the shit out of you. So you're not going to scream them down. You're not going to yell at somebody and change their mind or anything like that. But also, strong opinions about, and again, it's just like I said, it's the same way I felt about Duck Dynasty. I didn't ask for the longest time because I really didn't think I was going to like the answer. And then once you find out, here's how we feel about gay people, and it's like, God damn it. You know what I mean? It's just a weird thing. I don't ever want to say, especially as somebody who is aspiring to be an entertainer for a living, that you should say, shut up and do your thing. You don't get a say here or whatever. But, like, I don't know, punching in the head and opinions about pandemic causes or cures, whatever it may be, effectiveness of handling a pandemic in Arkansas or wherever he's from. I don't think it's endorsing people that are not necessarily more popular with people. But again, Dana White is somebody who is openly supported Trump. He spoke at the Republican National Convention on behalf of Trump. Like, he's really good friends with him too. It's not one of those things that, but he every time somebody asks him about it too, he gets immediately defensive about it, and it's really funny to see. But he really legitimately does have a good cause to say like, hey, this guy supported me my whole life. He never says I support everything he says and everything he does, but he's always like, there's some of the things, but he's a great guy. He's always been really nice to me. I like him. Mike says, we just live at a time right now that no matter your opinion in whatever, you're just going to get crucified by the other side. Yeah, no matter what. Problem with the social media. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I don't even know if it necessarily has to do with any kind of Russia trolls or anything like that. There's nothing. I don't feel like there's anything like that. Like, there doesn't feel like that. It just feels like I think we're kind of just doing it to ourselves. But like, everything's misinformation. Everything's fake news. Everybody's a snowflake. Nobody's a snowflake. Everybody has the right to speak, but nobody wants anybody else to speak. It's a problem, but it's also, hey, well, that's freedom. Like, unfortunately that's exactly what it is, right? Like, there's a definite, I think there's a definite thing where if no matter, like you said, no matter what the side is, it's still going to be, you're going to get crucified by the other side, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything because I survived Corona and I'm negative and I'll never die again. Mike, did you do anything? You slept all day. Did you do anything else fun for your birthday? Did you have a good time? This is a weird thing. I wanted to bring this up too. I did that when you get a COVID test, you get a couple sheets of paper. You get 2 sheets of paper, right? One is just basically a fact sheet about what to do. What it's asking: should I be tested? Specific recommendations. What can I do to keep my family healthy? All valid information. And then you have a contact sheet. And this is this seems crazy to me, but COVID-19 close contact checklist. You start, you say the date you started feeling sick, 2 days before you started feeling sick, yada, yada. You do this checklist. Then they give you lists, basically check boxes or whatever, to write down the date of contact, the name of person or facility, or the contact information, and leaving, like, whether it's like, look at this, 2 sides. Look at this much, and then how many people? I mean, that's fucking crazy, right? Who sees that many people right now? If you're seeing this many people, you're either at Sturgis or you're a fucking menace. You're a super spreader. It's crazy. But luckily I didn't have to fill that out because it was negative. So I don't know. That's pretty fun. But the only thing we've really done besides that. Oh, also I wanted to do this really fun. I don't know what the fuck I signed up for, but moving into the next thing, I wanted to do a word of the day. That because I'm not really good at words, which is funny because I chose to say words, but I am even worse at reading them. So somehow, I'm sure with something that I signed up for, I ended up getting automatically added to Word Genius's Word of the Day emails. And basically, I erase them pretty much every day because I know there's no hope for me that I'm going to actually do that. But these are actually good exercises I've heard. Word of the Day calendars I've heard are good. Things that you're supposed to do to expand your... And if I'm not good with words, what should I do? I should work on 1 word a day to work it in. So I'm going to try to work this word. This is a word I have... Okay, so I have the actual... I can do the pronunciation here, but I'm going to try to pronounce it first. I think this is, and I think I've heard this word. That's the only reason. Andragogy, and ragagi, I think that's what it is. Let's see how close I was. Oh, here we go. I went to wordgenius.com. Free plug. I'm happy to do it. Let's see here. Come on now. Play it, bitch. Why does this hate me? I don't know what's happening. Hold on. The anticipation is killing me. No, I don't. That's not it. Androgynous? That's not the word. There's a Y. Oh, here we go. There we go.
Andragogy.
Andragogy? What the fuck is andragogy?
Andragogy.
All right, hold on. All right, so andragogy. Andragogy? How do I still not have it?
Andragogy.
Andragogy. Andragogy is the method and practice of teaching adult learners. Adult education. I prefer andragogy, and I work better with adults than kids. What the fuck? So you're teachers that can only teach adults because you can't deal with kids. Okay, here's another quote. Since she was teaching adult learners this time, she had to quickly adapt to techniques of damn it, I lost it again. Andragogy.
Andragogy.
Andragogy. I'm not going to use that word because honestly, their andragogy is not working right here. It's not they're not educating this adult too well. So I guess we'll find out if andragogy. Try to use that in your day today. Try to use andragogy. God damn it, andragogy. I gotta just work on saying it. Andragogy. I'm gonna start using that as a vocal exercise. For me to get better at words, I'm gonna have to do vocal exercises. So I'm gonna do andragogy. Andragogy. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. And I forgot to mention this too. I don't know if anybody out there likes what is this? I invited Tom and Andragogy to the movies. Yeah, Tom and Andragogy. Andragogy. Yeah, it's Andragogy sounds like a bad name. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. Andragogy. It doesn't sound. If it's adult education, wouldn't it be like adultication? Adultication is a better word. That's the new word of the day. Adultication. That's the new term for educating adults. Adultication. Hell yeah. Adultication. Go out there and adulticate yourself and adulticate some other adults. I have another feature on the show, the live element of the show. We're going to be having a guest a little bit later on, around the 12 o'clock time. We're going to have a guest. And I also, this is a thing that I implemented and I feel like kind of perfected with Falls Count Anywhere. Shout out to Falls Count Anywhere. Go to Baby Mermaid Productions. There are some free episodes there. We do one free episode a month. We weren't able to do an episode this week because of my sickness. Isn't that a bitch? Very sorry about that. We'll make it up to you some other way. But Falls Count Anywhere podcast. I have drops here. I have drops for Falls Count Anywhere, or not from Falls Count Anywhere, but for Gross Domesticated Podcast, specifically for this podcast. And I wanted to start with a couple movies. I think there are going to be a lot of movie references, obviously, because we love talking about movies that we watched, things that we've watched on Netflix. And previously brought up on the show, I love The Irishman. I know I'm not the only person that loves The Irishman. And I'm not just a Scorsese guy. I don't necessarily love everything he does. It's not like I'm just loyal to him or anything like that. It's weird. I think it is at the level of like Goodfellas or anything like that. One of those movies that anytime it comes on TV, that's how it's always referred to in my opinion. It's one of those movies that if you see it on TV, you leave it there and you just watch it from whatever part it is. Everybody has those movies. A movie that if you're flipping through the channels, you stumble upon it and you're like, holy shit, this is awesome. So I like to so I was trying to figure out a way, how do I get it to the point where, because at this point I've probably seen The Irishman, I don't know, I would say 10 times, 12 times, something like that. Now, again, not all the way through, maybe. I don't know for sure. I might have walked away and done other things. I might have done it, but it was kind of just on. Like most people do with like sitcoms or something like that, where they just kind of have them on in the background, or like movies that shows and stuff. You can kind of it just feels nice to have it on. It just feels nice to Goodfellas is the first one that I always go to. What's another movie? There was a fun game I did for the longest time when I was doing the brewery comedy tours with Zach. Every time we got to a hotel room, I would stop, like get in the hotel room, put my stuff down, pick up the TV remote, and try to find, because almost every single time there was an Adam Sandler movie on TV somewhere. Usually USA, usually TBS, something like that. But there's always an Adam Sandler movie. So The Irishman, the only way, since it's on Netflix, it doesn't just get played. It's not just on. So the only way I can keep it alive in that same respect is every time somebody brings up The Irishman, I watch The Irishman. Every time it's brought up and I go like, man, oh yeah, I love that part. I watch the movie. I'll start it from usually wherever the last time I ended it, because it's always on my continue watching. Shawshank Redemption, Godfather, Scarface. I don't know, Scarface is not really on like TV a lot. They have to bleep out a lot. But there's like an aspect to that like that's how that's the only way you can actually keep Netflix original movies, I feel like, alive in that same aspect, is every time they're brought up. Like, again, if I'm talking about it right now, I brought it up, I probably won't necessarily go watch it. But if like later on I'm listening to somebody and they're like, oh yeah, I watched The Irishman recently, it was really good, I'd be like, yeah, it was really good, I'm gonna watch it now. Like, it's weird. It's a weird it's weird, like, self-bet. Hold on a second. Excuse me. A bit of the Rona creeping back in. But I'm going to fill out my list. I'm going to hold on to that. But that's the only way to try to keep it alive, I feel like, is kind of having, I don't know, like it's almost like just having that self-bet of like, this is my, like, and again, it's not like I'm dropping everything I'm doing every time and just picking up a screen and just watching. But if I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not doing anything later on, or when I'm going to watch something later on, the first thing that comes up just naturally after that is The Irishman. So I have a lot of clips here that I'm going to be featuring. Also, another one was I have basically just 2 movies that I've started getting clips from. Obviously, it's going to happen. This is something I want to implement in most other shows. Is the live drop. I love a live drop. This is fun, and this is something that, like I said, I'm enjoying so far. The first live Gross Domesticated podcast. Thanks so much for joining in so far, Mike, and everybody else that's watching along. If you want to join the show, if you actually want to be, we can hear your voice, but we won't see your face on the YouTube feed. But if you want to join in through Instagram, just ask to join, and we can try to do that. We can have guests. We're going to have a guest on through Zoom a little bit later on. We're going to have the lovely Lemaire Lee at the 12 o'clock time. And, excuse me, Jesus. And I feel like there's just more elements to this that I appreciate. I want to have more interactive conversations, and I do genuinely appreciate anybody that's watching. So thank you so much. And because what we need right now is
solidarity.
Anybody see? This is the best thing too, because I don't know the popularity of The Irishman, but I'm going to find out with the more drops.
Solidarity! Solidarity! Solidarity!
Okay? But that's what we need. Rising tide raises all ships. There's people on this Baby Mermaids Productions page that are great people. They're wonderful people. The best people I know. Now I feel like I'm sounding like Trump. That's kind of weird. And they're people that I feel like I want that same feeling in you. Anytime you hear False Count Anywhere, you're like, oh shit, I should check them out. Anytime you hear that, And when you hear Baby Mermaid Productions, when you're watching this and I say something like that, I want to have that kind of influence, not necessarily in the sense that like you do everything I say. Yeah, Jimmy Hoffa. That's absolutely right. It's Jimmy Hoffa. Well, it's actually Al Pacino. Al Pacino is the reason I wanted the drops, Mike. It's not necessarily, I'm not a big Jimmy Hoffa fan, but I'm a big Al Pacino fan because he says stuff like this.
You dumb motherfuckers.
It's just so much fun. It's so much fun because I feel like a lot of people that we've talked about necessarily, I think that I think they're, sometimes I feel like Al Pacino. I'm not a guy that usually likes to say stuff like this, but this is truly the best way to kind of explain it. Is I feel like he's kind of my spirit animal. I think that's the best way to explain because he has like there's one scene in particular that a hefty amount of my drops are coming from that are just gold. They're just gold, and any combination of
That fucking cocksucker!
and again,
You dumb motherfuckers!
see you have the subtle one, right? You have this one.
You dumb motherfuckers.
That's the where you fuckers, and then you have the.
You dumb motherfuckers!
That's the same scene. He can access both of those dumb motherfuckers. But a lot of the people that I'm sure that at least I know for sure I identify as a dumb motherfucker a lot of times. But a lot of people that love that movie or like the movie are going to like this. But I think if you're a fan of Al Pacino, either way, it'll work.
How stupid can you be?
So there's still they're all over. You know what I mean? Oh, I do need some Joe Pesci drops. That's absolutely right. So I
made a vow, remember?
Again, one of my favorite scenes. I don't know if it's a quotable. This is the thing I need to know. Is I'm starting a study group, like a focus group here. Everybody that does like The Irishman, try to watch this as much as you can. What are the most quotable moments? Because to me, these are the moments that I love the most.
Remember I made a vow, Carrie?
I made a vow, Carrie. My favorite one is though.
And what about my cataracts?
What about my cataracts? That's what I say when somebody tries to take my weed. I go, hey.
And what about my cataracts?
You know what I mean? I need more Joe Pesci drops, maybe from other movies. You know what I mean? I love a cursing one.
Take it easy. And stay off my side.
I also like that one featured from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I don't see, this is ground floor stuff here, guys. This is me introducing these drops so that they can be implemented later on. And I really don't want to explain them again. So you guys are getting the inside track. Anybody watching this now, Casino drops. Casino is not, again, that's another one of those, not to bite anybody's flavor or anything like that, but I will quote in living color, Casino it. I liked it better when it was Goodfellas. It's not that different to me. It is different enough. You got your, what is this guy? What's his name? I was going to say Jimmy Stewart. What the fuck's his name? You know what I'm talking about? That guy. Whatever his name is, he's in it. Sharon Stone. Again, Joe Pesci. I don't know. Okay, you know what? That's perfect. I'm going to revisit that one, and I'm going to see. But I need you to watch The Irishman and tell me what Joe Pesci drops I need from that. Because to me, all of it's gold, but I love.
And what about my cataracts?
That's him just arguing with his wife.
Remember I made a vow, Carrie?
Her name's Carrie. About smoking in the car. He
I
made
made
a
a
vow.
vow, remember?
Do you remember that? I made a vow, Carrie. What about my cataracts?
And what about my cataracts?
Exactly. That's what I want to know. I want to know. I know he said more that's gold, but I'm not sitting here like, because if it's up to me, I'm watching the whole movie and I'm just dropping every fucking second of it. I'll get kicked out for copyright infringement in a heartbeat. That's another thing. I don't know what the deal is with that with voices. Is there a thing with that? Either way, maybe we'll get kicked off YouTube. Either way, I'm going to take a short little break here. I'm going to get everything set up with Lemaire, and I'm going to be right back. I'll be right back with you guys. I'll see you in a minute.
This is gross.
Farts, farts, farts. Farts, farts, farts. Farts, farts. Farts, 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 farts, farts.
All right, we are back.
You.
Yo, 1 second. Let me bring up what. Oh, Lemaire here. Hold on 1 second, bud.
How you like them glasses, dude?
I love them. I want them. Hold on 1 second. Here it is. There's my buddy. Oh, there. Oh, there he is. Hey, how's it going, pal?
How are you, man? I'm good.
You
I
looking?
know I sound extra tired. Jabri gave me some NyQuil and I took it, and then now I'm waking up.
What? So wait,
You
wait. You took NyQuil right just now?
no. Last night, and now
Oh.
I have to figure out how to get out of it.
Wait, did you give yourself 8 hours to sleep? That's usually my problem.
No. No, I did not.
I think that's what happened. Hold on 1 second. Let me move this.
Dude, how are you, Pat?
I'm doing all right, buddy. I'm moving this right here.
Yeah?
There we go. There's my guy. All right. Yeah, I'm doing well, man. I appreciate you joining me on this wonderful, what is it today? Monday afternoon?
Monday.
Oh man, hold on. I'm going live. Boom. All right, there we go. Sorry. There's a lot of elements here. I need a producer for sure. I've been producing my whole life just for myself, and I need to find a producer that can produce for me. You know?
You gotta get a intern, baby mermaid intern.
Yeah. Maybe I should have a contest or something. I don't know. But we're also
Yeah.
live. We're live here on Instagram. They can't see you, but they can hear you here. So I'm gonna be
Okay.
I'll be conveying any messages from there. I'll be talking with you, buddy. But Lemaire Lee is joining us here. Thank you so much for being here. He's a comedian,
Yeah.
but he's also
Yes.
more than that.
Am I?
Yeah, that's what it says on your
Oh.
Instagram. I do have to ask right now though. Are those real glasses?
No.
Do you have green screen glasses?
Yeah, they have video
Oh.
filters. Yeah, I'm sorry. These are my real eyes. I gotta hide them again.
Oh, okay, yeah, go for it. There we go. Lemaire Lee, he's from the he's one of the hosts of the Alt Black podcast. He's the host of Feud. I don't know if that's coming back anytime soon. You're also, I believe, still campaigning. Is that true?
Yes, for the Philadelphia Comedy Network admin position. Yes, that campaign will never stop until I am awarded my position. Not awarded, but I am given the position I deserve.
The position that you rightfully deserve, right?
That I rightfully deserve.
And
Yes.
what position was that again?
Philadelphia Comedy Network admin.
Okay. So, you could just start your own, right? Aren't you actually already the admin?
No, wait, am I? I don't know if I'm the admin. I don't think so. But yeah, I could start my own, but that's not the point.
Okay. It's principle.
Everyone suggests that, but I'm like, no, I want their comedy network. I don't want theirs.
Oh man, that's awesome. So okay, in that case, are you voting? Is that important? Like, are you?
Oh, I already voted, dude. I
You
already
did?
taken care of. I
Oh.
voted early.
Nice.
I only voted because my mom asked me to. I wouldn't have voted if she didn't ask me to.
Have you voted before?
Yeah.
Which
Dude,
one?
It was like both of them. Both of them.
Wait, oh, both.
All of
Wait,
them.
hold on.
All of them.
Both of them what? Both George W. Bush terms?
No, yeah, yeah. Both Bombers and one Trumpy.
Oh, oh, you went for a Trump? Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's...
I didn't vote for Trump. I voted for Hillary, but like that was the election I voted in.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about this one.
Yeah. Oh no.
I thought your mom
voted
asked you, because there's no way your mom asked you to vote for Trump, right?
No way. No.
That
Never,
would be hilarious if she was like, "Please, honey, please do me this favor, please." Have you seen?
Make America great again.
Have you seen the newest Borat?
Yes, dude.
We were talking about that. I think what
Oh man.
to me, I think it's as good as the first one.
Yeah.
I don't know about
I agree.
you. It's
I think it's as good as the first one. I think it's better too sometimes. In some parts, I
They-
think it's more like because they had to do because to get away with the things they did, they had to do like I don't know. A lot of the things they did, they're like, you can't do that now. But he did everything you can't do now.
yeah.
You know
Everything,
what I mean?
and all he had to do was go to the South again. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
all he had to do
Yeah.
again was just go from him being again. I love the fact that like he goes like, oh yeah, I just got to go. I go to Galveston, Texas, and then I just
Yeah.
go to all these things and like. The cake part to me was one of those like that was a standout thing where she's just like, okay.
All right. Yeah.
She's like, hold on, let me see where this is going. Like because like
Yeah.
I feel like the lady was like when he said, okay, Jews, and she's like, what about them?
Yeah.
And then he's like, will not. And then you're like, okay, good. She's like,
Yeah.
and she was just totally fine with it. So
Yeah.
a lot of
So
those
my
things.
fourth one of these today.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if she was like, oh, what kind of cake do you want? You want a gay marriage cake? Sorry. But if you want, you know what I mean? If you want to have any kind of whatever, like
Gay marriage cake.
yeah, but you can have one that's obviously disparaging the Jews. That'd be great.
Yeah.
So like I said, I do appreciate you being here.
Dude, thank you for having me.
How's comedy been out there in old Philadelphia?
It's all right. Things
you
are coming back. I gotta find a good hat now.
Oh.
Things are coming back a little bit. We're about to start going inside, I think, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah. You look like the Hamburglar. Was that on purpose?
What you say?
Is that really the Hamburglar? Oh, I thought the glasses stayed the same, but that is the Hamburglar, isn't it?
It says bandit. It is the Hamburglar.
That's the ham bandit.
Why is the hat so thin?
I don't know. That is weird. Yeah, your hair's sticking out, but it looks good with the mustache. You're the ham bandit.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. No.
Yes.
So what are the precautions? Like, I guess, what are they? Are there anybody that's like being like lame out there? That's like saying like, "Hey, man, this curse is not a hoax." Apparently.
No, no. There's no lamers out here. We're all being safe. We every mic we do like 2 or 3 mics now, and like when the host gets a mic, and then a comedian gets a mic, but like you give them the mic after you sanitize it, so it's like you're being knighted, you know? You're like, you're next.
Yeah. There's like an on deck circle. Is it live? Like,
Yeah.
can you like stand off to the side and be like, "Boo, that joke sucked."
Oh no, no, but that's a good idea.
Yeah. Boo. Well, actually, that brings me to the other thing. I saw on your thing on November 19th, you're doing the house. What is this? The house bat. What is this? The house.
Oh.
The bus. What is this?
I think it's like a
Battle
5
League?
It's a 5-on-5
Burn Battle League.
roast battle.
I can't. No, I can't read my own handwriting. That's the problem. the Burn Battle League. I think that's what it is. It's a roast battle teams. Is that right?
Yeah.
What the
5-on-5.
What are I have no if little success with roast battles because they just get too mean. Is that something
You
that
get mean?
Yeah, like it's weird. It's like it's like too personal. It's like too personal and it's too specific. And a lot of times if it's somebody that I don't know, so I guess that's the point is what are your insights to somebody who doesn't know how to roast? Like what's your like main like key to like roasting somebody even if you don't know them? Because I inadvertently roasted myself I think on one episode of The Feud that I did with
Yeah.
with you where I ended up picking at random a topic about how I think people that collect shoes should be considered nerds instead of cool.
Yeah, sneaker. Yes, I remember.
And then the person I happened to be going against
was a sneakerhead.
was a huge sneakerhead, even
Yeah.
so much to have that in their profile picture. So
Yep.
obviously research is probably a good idea, right?
Yes, research would be a good idea. But Pat, I can't remember the original question.
What do you do? How do you do roasts like if you don't know the person?
Oh,
Or do you know all the people, I guess, that are pretty much on the thing?
I'm on this one. We know all the people, but it's also if you like you listen to their stand up, you gotta like see what jokes they're okay with talking about themselves with.
Mm.
And I feel like you have to do a lot of jokes about how they look.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of like your shoes are dumb.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
Again, more
Or
shoe
like,
talk.
like
Nice
I
hat,
don't know.
loser.
Yeah.
You look
Oh,
like
glasses.
you look
Oh,
like a
yeah,
ham
like-
bandit.
Dude, I'm Ozzy Osbourne right now. Chill.
uh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, like I've tried a couple like in my like notebooks and stuff like that, like in my phone or whatever. Like if I think of a funny insult to like write down about somebody, I'll write it down.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, like if I try to like actually write like a joke or a roast joke or something about somebody, I think about an aspect about them, and then I try to joke about that. And usually it's something that like they don't necessarily think is as funny as I do. You know what I mean?
Do
Like,
we have a mutual enemy?
Probably, yeah.
Can you make a roast joke about a mutual enemy you think we have?
Mutual.
And so I can see what you mean.
Let's see. Okay. No. Okay. All right. No, hold on. I'm trying to think of a mutual enemy. Somebody that. Do you hate my mailman?
Do I hate your mailman? No.
Yeah. Oh, then yeah. I don't know.
No, I don't hate your mailman.
That's my most current enemy.
You know, I'll hate your mailman today though.
Okay.
Just fucking
It'll be like a thing like if like if you had a sibling that committed suicide, and I'd say and I said like, oh yeah, like that was the only person in your family to accomplish anything. Do you know what I mean? Like is that, you know what I mean? Like that's like, and if you're not friends with that person, or if you don't know for sure, but again, if that's on their Facebook, is that still fair game? Like, oh, your dog just died, you pussy. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like dead dogs are fair game.
Dead dogs, yeah. I feel like, because that's the thing, is like the more mean you get, I feel like that's the thing. It is and the more specific. So like a lot of times those, like I hear a lot of, again, your shoes are lame. Your fucking, that shirt's stupid. And it's funny that like it is, that's one of the most popular forms of comedy, and that's how a lot of comedians are finding like fame. I think a lot now is through roasts, and also at the same time there's a big contingency of people that are like, be nice and don't shame people. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, your clothes look cheap, you fucking dummy, and they're just like, yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know.
Like, Eminem and 8 Mile. My clothes are cheap. I do smell. You know, like,
yeah, you're right. Absolutely. I don't know. I feel like there's and that just it's just a weird thing that it's I know it's just being funny off the top of your head basically, but it's also like preparing for those things gives me a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it's not just like making fun of people. It's like you're getting made fun of too. It's like you're fighting. You gotta like know how to like come back after you get hit.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's really it's just all about fucking survival, essentially.
Yeah, and it's a lot of work. You gotta write a bunch of jokes.
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing too. Is like is inherently you really shouldn't be insulted because of the fact that like they spent so much time on it. But like
thinking about you.
But yeah, but that's only if they're good at it, really. Otherwise, if they are just sitting there going, your shirt's dumb. You're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Did you rely on me? Did you like what if you just look through their profile and you're like, man, this guy wears a lot of dumb shirts. I'm fine.
I'm gonna roast him.
I'm gonna get him all about all these fucking stupid ass shirts that he has. The word today was androgyny. Androgyny.
Androgyny?
Nope, I fucking lost it again. Oh, I'm implementing a lot of new things on this new iteration of GDP. That
Daily podcast.
it's the daily podcast. It's every other day essentially, and I got some drops here. I got some stuff, but I wanted to try to expand my knowledge of words
Yeah.
because I know I'm not good at words, and
Yeah.
so somehow something I signed up for at some point definitely signed me up for Word Genius Word of the Day.
I got I
You
don't
get
even
that?
know how I got it, but I get one of those too. I think fucking Facebook sold our passwords.
That's okay. So it's probably Facebook. But either way, it gave me a segment for the show. So I'm trying to learn. Where'd you go? Are you all right?
I'm here. I'm sorry.
I didn't see if you fell or not. I just looked down and looked back up, and you're you're off the screen. I didn't hear a thud, but I was like, okay, he's still here. Good. All right. So, and it's the method of teaching adult learners. It's adult education. So this is how it's pronounced. Hold on.
Andragogy.
Andragogy. So andragogy. Try to work that into your vocabulary.
What is
today.
it again?
It's adult education. I came up with the word adultication.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more.
I like that better than andragogy.
Yeah, because that's adult. It's adult education. You mix them together. Andragogy. That doesn't mix.
That
Andragogy.
sounds like babies talking.
Yeah, andragogy. Andragogy. No, I think the I don't know if it's I don't know if that's actually going to help me, but I think this
The
is
word or like the word a day?
the word a day. Well, first of all, okay, so every day that I've gotten those, I've just erased them. Every single day I get a word of the day. I don't even try to read the word.
Yeah.
And the first one I tried to read was today, and I didn't even look at it. I took it out of the trash just so I could read it. And I looked at it, and I go, I think that's androgyny? Is that what is that how it's pronounced? But it's Andragogy.
Andragogy.
Andragogy. So if you are teaching any adults today, you're andragogying them.
You're andragogylous.
Or you're adulticationing them. Adulticating. I like it better. I feel like that's the better word.
Adulticating.
If there's a word, so there obviously what we've discovered now, what I just came across, it might end up cutting out of the final episode of this, is the fact that I should have a what's the other one? Urban Dictionary word of the day,
Ooh.
where I fix the word of the day.
What? Yeah. What would be the andragogy?
Adultication.
Adultication. Okay. Adultication. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it's urban thesaurus.
Thesaurus of the day.
Thesaurus of the day.
Word Genius is such a prick fucking thing to call your website. Word Genius. You're better than the dictionary.
Yeah.
Even the
I
dictionary.
only like rap geniuses.
Oh, who's your favorite rap genius?
Oh, I don't know. It was just their website.
Damn it. What's
My
good? What do
favorite
you?
rap genius is Kanye West.
Another Trump supporter still or no? Or no? He's running for president himself, right?
Yeah, you can't support the man.
Oh, did you vote for Kanye?
I did not vote for. He wasn't on the ballot.
I know, but you can write him in.
Oh, you got to get on the ballot for me.
I like that.
I'm
I
not a
respect
writing
that.
guy.
I respect that. I like that's.
Hey, if I'm writing in anybody, why don't I write it myself, huh? Huh? What if I want to be president?
I think you do want to be president. If I remember correctly, you are campaigning right now for president of the United States of the Philadelphia Comedy Network. That's what I'm saying, right?
United
Absolutely.
States Philadelphia Comedy Network. Yes.
Of America.
Yeah.
Do you have do you have to like cut promos for that? Like what? I mean, who are you actually campaigning to? The Philadelphia comedy scene? Like the people?
The Philadelphia comedy scene, the people in the scene.
Where do you cut it? Where does it get cut off? Like what at this point is there an open mic running that you say no, you're just from there? Or is there an actual like what like where like is there a popular vote? Is there like an electoral college that one mic has more votes than another mic?
Well, I feel like right now the system of government that runs PCN it's an oligarchy. All the rich people.
Do you know what that is? Do you know?
Yeah.
Is that the only way you could say that word?
Yeah. Yeah. It's an oligarchy. Yeah, like Bernie
Oligarchy.
Sanders. Yeah,
Oligarchy. The only way I can say, I have to stop and I have to go
yeah.
bandana, because otherwise, if I say bandana, I say bandana. If I say it too fast, I say bandana. Hey man, you want a bandana? It's okay.
Bandana.
Bandana. So oligarchy is what's ruling right now, which is
I think what's the vote? What's the one where it's like two people and they get the? It's more like a.
I think that's when a mommy and a daddy really love each other. Is that what you're talking about?
It's more like a monarchy right now. There's no voting.
Mm.
They're looking for replacements. I want to be a replacement, but I'm not good enough to be a replacement somehow. And it's okay.
Do you have any aspirations for any other higher office, or is Philly Comedy Network the pinnacle for you?
Philly Comedy Network right now, it's the pinnacle and the first step to more.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. Do you think a presidential run is going in the future? They've already made shirts for you.
It'd be so funny if I ran for president, wouldn't it?
It really would. I honestly, at this point, like really, election day's tomorrow. There's still time.
To start a camp, yes, yeah.
Right
Just
now,
last minute, right in.
just run into the state office right now. Run into the office like with a bunch of papers to be like, did I make it in time?
Time. I just go like,
Here, there's all my stuff. Everything's there. I got the money. Like honestly, if you had all the stuff, all the money, there's got to be like a thing, like those scenes in the movie where like they're looking through it, like there's nothing in the rule book that says.
Yeah. There's nothing in the rule book that says you can't run for president the day before the election.
Actually, everything. It was like the first 4 parts in here. I think pretty much say that. Oh, okay, but either way.
But what if I give you all this money?
What
It's illegal.
What have you missed the most out of it? Because I realized recently I don't know if you caught any of the first half of the show, but I recently had a corona scare, bud.
Oh no!
I got tested for corona.
Yeah.
I had to isolate. I had to keep. Basically, I had a sinus infection that when I initially went to the walk-in clinic or the urgent care or whatever, you go up to the door and it says, "Hey, if you have any of these symptoms, call this number," and whatever. And I was like, "That's weird," but I'm a rule follower in this pandemic time.
Follow the rules.
I try to be a good citizen, right?
As you should be.
So I call the number and I say, "Hey, yeah, so I have this and this. I have a sinus infection. My head hurts like crazy. I need antibiotics because I've tried everything else. It doesn't work." And she's like, "Yeah, you can't come in here." And I'm like, "Oh, but
that's bullshit."
But I was like, I don't.
And what about my cataracts?
You know what I mean? That was like my feeling.
Yeah.
How can you tell me? How can you tell me, like, you're too sick to come to the doctor?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say that's the problem with urgent care, because the thing about them is like everyone up front isn't really a doctor. They keep the doctors in the back because the doctor can't deny you. So the people up front have to do all the denying for the doctors. Right.
Yeah. They have to be like, but that's the thing is like, but if let's say I have corona.
Yeah.
Where am I going to get treated for corona? Like what's going to happen if it's at this point, like, can't you just like, I guess they don't want to expose themselves to it. And there's more right now. Yeah.
Not what they're supposed to do.
Isn't that a thing? Like if you're already sick, we don't, like, if you're at a certain age, we don't want to operate on you because you're too old, you could die.
Yeah.
Like, can't you just be better at surgery than that?
Yeah.
Like I don't. Yeah. Isn't there a part where like there's some responsibility on you?
Dude, doctors fucking suck, man.
Yeah, I honestly I feel like for the most part, like from my personal experience with nurses in particular, just nurses themselves, a lot of them are assholes. Like a lot from my personal experience dealing with, now maybe nurses are assholes to whatever position I'm working at the time. Like if maybe nurses and delivery guys just never, they're like oil and water. They'll never mix. I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing, but they're just fucking heroes and saints to everybody else. But from my experience, when I had to deal with or interact with a lot of nurses, it's like it's like fire and ice. They're either one way or the other. Like there's very little middle ground, I feel like, in the nursing. And a lot of time I feel like you said, the same way with doctors, is this kind of like the weird thing, like where like, oh, you can't be denied medical, like if you go to the emergency room, you can't be turned away, right?
Yeah.
But like other doctors can totally just turn you away. So it's like, so why would you, I know nothing about politics. I know nothing about structuring medical infrastructures or whatever. I have no idea, obviously.
Yeah.
But I would think that if given the choice, maybe make a couple other doctors responsible for people's health as well, aside from just the ER doctors. Because I was about to go to the fucking ER because I had a really bad headache.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's not where I'm supposed to go because I didn't have corona, turns out. Spoiler alert.
Pat, also, there's a thing called fish mocks. You know fish mocks? That's actually human antibiotics. So if you go to the pet store and you get fish mocks, you can take them as antibiotics, and they're like $10.
Really? At the pet store?
Yeah.
They're human antibiotics that they sell at a pet store.
Yeah. It's all the same like chemicals.
Who told you this?
The
guy at the pet store that was selling you drugs?
No. Look, I was told this by a shady character, but he's very trustworthy. He's a trustworthy, shady character, and I wouldn't bring any nonsense to the table, Pat.
Right, go on, please.
Remember I told you about the HDMI thing?
Yeah, you're told. Yeah, absolutely. It checked
this
out.
This is the new HDMI thing, dude. This is the new.
So just walk into a pet store and just say, "Hey, you got any human antibiotics
or fish mocks?"
Hold on, fish MOX.
Yep.
There's no way. I'm looking that up. Because I feel like so okay, not saying you in particular, but like,
no, I know what you mean.
But like just it coming down to the general population, I feel like that information, because you think about how much they fight medical marijuana and anything like that, any of these prescription drug companies out here, telling us what to do, I feel like
me what to do.
You ain't gotta tell me what to do. But there's like, I feel like if they found out, oh, there's a very affordable like turnaround, like you can just go to this pet store and just get $10 fucking antibiotics. Because honestly, I would have done that. I would have done that even before still going to the doctor.
There's a lot of things like that. Because it's like just the same. It's just the same like chemicals. It's just the same chemical composition, but for fish.
The more you're explaining it, the more it seems like you're trying to explain it to me and yourself.
No, I'm just trying to remember what he told me.
Oh, okay. He said, go to the Verizon guy and ask for some fish mocks. They have to give it to you.
They have to give it to you. It's a courtesy.
It's the courtesy. They have to do it. Do you think that's still going on in the pandemic? If you find do you think that's with every truck too? Like if you go to Amazon truck and you're like, hey, Prime.
Yeah, you got any fire sticks back there?
Yeah, they just give you. So the HDMI thing, the thing that you're talking about, do you want to give that away? Is that undercover? Or do you want to?
Well, look, everybody, if you see one of those trucks, like a Comcast truck or Verizon truck, one of those trucks that hooks up the cable, and you ask them for an HDMI cable or any cable, they'll give it to you. It's a courtity.
Didn't
you don't even have to be a customer.
Right, you don't even have to. Yeah, they don't even have to. Like that was the part that when you explained that to me, I was like, no fucking way. And you fucking did it. You said and he came up to me and said, I didn't even need one.
We were at Sheets. I remember.
Yeah.
It was a serendipity.
Yeah, it was so funny because you explained that to me, and honestly, like if somebody tells you something like that, you're gonna be like, they're not gonna just give you a fucking free HDMI cable, and you're like, what? And literally walked over and said, and I was like, beep, beep, beep. And like now again, I wasn't there for. I don't think. No, I was there. No, I did hear you say it because I was like, I don't want you going over there with like a $10 bill and be like, hey man, can you give me one of those fucking Like that you can just give them $10 and just take one.
Yeah, it's like, dude, fucking be chill, my friend.
Or if it's like one of those things of like where somebody like it always happens. I always think in movies when people are tricked by like when they meet somebody that they know is like a shady person, and then they're like, hey, yeah, there's free milkshakes here, and you're like, what, free milkshakes? And you just go there, and they're like, and it turns out you're just stealing milkshakes from orphans or something like that. You're like oh, you're terrible, you're just a terrible person.
God damn it! I got tricked by Shady McShaderson.
It could be like one of those things. It could be
Yeah.
like you going up to the Verizon truck and just like, a lot of Verizon trucks are just unlocked. You can just reach in and there's like free tools, there's free cell phones, free lunch. A lot of times they have their lunch right in there.
You can get any cables, any wires, any
Yeah.
hammers.
So
They have ladders on the side.
So the new version of that is, what was it again?
Fishmox.
Fishmox.
Fishmox. I thought you were looking it up. I'm gonna look it up. I swear, I can tell you, the guy's name was Dan DePriel, and he said he was going through the same thing, and he got Fishmox to cure it because he read it online on like 4chan or something.
Oh man, hold on a second.
Oh, what was that?
That was I forgot also that I did not. Oh, that was on your computer probably.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, because I forgot that I didn't post that on Facebook earlier. I've been streamed for an hour and a half and I didn't even post it anywhere.
Okay, here I searched it on Google, right? It says is Fishmox amoxicillin. Amoxicillin is a component of, you're
yeah.
Yes, fish antibiotics. Fish are given many of the same antibiotics as human: amoxicillin, ciprofloxacin, penicillin, and more, sometimes even in the same doses. These pills, which are intended to be dissolved in fish tanks and absorbed through fish's skin, can also look extremely similar to the human versions. They're already in pills, dude. They come in pills.
That's crazy.
Why would you give a fish a pill?
I think that you drop, it's a tablet. I think it's a tablet. You just drop like a tablet in there, and then that way, hold on a second.
Well, pills.
No,
these are pills, dude. These are pills. And absorbed through.
Hold on, I wanted to share this. I want to make sure. I want to get other people's takes here. So I'm gonna post it. I want to find out what exactly is going on here, because if I can just get free fucking antibiotics, and I didn't spend any money. Hey, I didn't spend any money. You know what I mean?
It's not free. It's like 20. I was looking like $25 though, compared to like.
But there's one for 11. What's the one for 11? It's like, so if you're
it
already
might
getting
be like smaller.
If you're getting Fishmox, right? Wouldn't you want to get like? Wouldn't you want to get the like? I don't know. Would you get store brand still? You know what I mean? Like, okay, so like if I go and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get. I don't always get like Tylenol.
Yeah.
But I'll get like what up? Hey, awesome. Charles is here. What's up, Cupcake?
Hey.
I a lot of times what what was I just saying? Oh yeah, I'll get like I'll get Tylenol,
Yeah.
I'll get Equate, right? Or
or
Great Value. I'll get something that's store brand because I don't. So in Fishmox world, would you get Fishmox brand Fishmox, or Fishmox is the coolest name too? Why wouldn't you want to take Fishmox?
I know, right? Can we just call antibiotics Mox now?
Yeah. Why? I don't know why we're inventing. There's so many words that have been invented today.
Yeah. Androgyny.
Yeah. No, adultification. That's the easier one.
Adultification. Yeah, I like that better. Adultification is way better. It's a better word.
I'm going to write that one down too. I know, again, I'm streaming it and I am recording it on 2 different platforms, but still, I want to make sure that I don't forget adultification. No, I think if I knew about Fishmox, I don't, honestly, I got to tell you, I probably would not have tried it. Now,
Really?
I know I speak a big game.
Really?
I will try it now. Now that I'm like, I don't know if I want to try fish medicine while I'm already sick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like if I start to feel sick again before I get that sick to where I feel like I need to go to the urgent care.
Yeah.
I don't know though, man. Maybe I'll put that in my neti pot next time and I'll pour that through my nose.
I don't know, man. I feel like if you're like,
do homeless people know about Fishmox? I feel like homeless
people.
I feel like homeless people should, like, you could self-diagnose so much. Like, okay, if you're a homeless person nowadays, I met a homeless person back in Florida that had his own cell phone, and that's awesome.
Pretty expensive.
And at this point, I feel like there's still definitely homeless people, even that aren't homeless in the traditional sense of like, what's the word?
Homelessness, no home.
Like they're not hobo, but they're just like they're like travelers or whatever, like people that just don't have a home.
Yeah,
not like a
fucking
necess.
useless talent.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I like people like that. This is totally beneficial because now you
Yeah.
don't have to like you don't have to do like the I'm gonna go to the urgent care. They're gonna tell me to go away. Just go to fucking pet
You
store.
stink.
Yeah, you stink. Go
Yeah.
get fish medicine, you pussy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I that was really frustrating to me though. I got I got so mad so quick. And again,
Dude,
I'm
the
what?
healthcare system is fucked up.
Yeah.
They say it's fucked up because of like nobody gets free health. It's not fucked up because we don't get free healthcare. It's fucked up because it's being like commercialized. They're like,
Yeah. It's a business.
there's there's two hospitals buying up every single like small mom and pop now, and they're turning like small mom and pop hospitals into like big like regular hospitals. So they're just like it's health is going to be fucked.
Yeah. No,
The industry's fucked.
it's like you said, it's turned into a it's well, it is a business already, obviously, but it's a
Yeah.
business it's a business that is like when I used to work, like I said, I was worked for a medical supply company, and we had and they're not it's a business, they're not hiding it,
Mhm.
but they're like, yeah, a lot of the stuff is they were telling me one day 200% markup.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
200% of what it costs to make their charge. And it's like, all right, you know, but, and a lot of times, like I'd hear
And
him
you
on the
know why
phone.
they get
I'd
to
hear
do
him on
that,
the phone.
right?
Well, I'd hear him on the phone. And he's like, oh, I wish I could help you out. But like you can. Like you like literally
Yeah.
the thing you can do is be considerate and say like, oh, all right, well, you need a little bit more help than you're able to afford. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
the human part of it, and I do get that if it is a business, but I'm a person that I don't know if this is a socialist idea or if this is a fucking hippie liberal dumb cuck idea or whatever the fuck it is. But like I think if you want to be a doctor, you should want to be a doctor. Like you
Mhm.
should want to do that thing. I think
Mhm.
every now I don't think there's going to be a ton of people that love being garbage men, and women. Hey, 2020.
People.
But garbage people. If you say garbage people, then it's less. I feel like that's less productive or
Pointed.
progressive.
Oh.
No, if I say garbage people, if you want to be a garbage person, go for it. But but there's some people that just don't care. They're motivated by the other stuff. They can like say
Yeah.
this is my job or whatever. But like
Yeah.
I think everybody should be doing what they want to do because they love and want to do that.
Yeah.
Not just for the profit or for the I can retire in this time. Like a lot of people take those jobs where they're like, if I just tough it out for 25 years, then I can be happy.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you're
Yeah.
gonna be unhappy for 25 years, and but some people are okay with that arrangement, and that's the people that have I feel like a lot of prison guards I've talked
I
to.
feel like we're okay with that arrangement because we're comedians.
Yeah, literally, we're like, yeah, we'll just deal with rejection and hatred and roasting each other and streaming and begging for affection and attention, but at the same time, it's because you're wanting to get somewhere with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's some motivation at the end, but you're at least able to do actively what you love to do that. And maybe some people love garbage. I don't know. I forgot why we were on that subject in the first place. But essentially, doctors being like, that's too much of a risk. I don't want to help this. Again, it doesn't always have to be Doctors Without Borders, but it can.
No.
There can be some aspect of like, hey, yeah, you know what? I'll help you out.
They take an oath. Their oath says they can't do that. The thing they take to be a doctor says you gotta help everybody.
The Hippocratic Oath, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then like I was listening to this thing a little bit ago. It was probably like about a year ago about how they charge medical supplies, and it's all bullshit. They just make it up, and then they're like, "All right, is that too much?" And then they're like, "We need this to be a little bit less." And they're like, "Okay, I guess this is." It's all like
yeah, they just make
because
it up. It's the price it is because they say it is. Like that's
no, it's the price that is because you can't put a value on a life. That's their excuse. That's why it's so expensive. because you can't. There's no value on a life, so it can be as much as they want it to be.
That is crazy. Holy shit. So, do you agree with that? Do you think there is a value in a life? Not one particular value per life, but like I feel like we could probably come up with a spectrum.
Yeah, I feel like there's. That's how we like. Look at his clothes. He turns back into a roast. Yeah, look at his shoes.
Whoever gets roasted the most, so I'm fucking done for. I'm out of here. I'm gone. But like, I think there. Yeah, I don't know if there's like. So there's definitely, but we already do that. Like there is like they already like I was turned away because of now there might have been a special pandemic exception for this case because they're like you have because that's what I was talking about earlier was the fact that most of the symptoms that you have I feel like that are listed for like oh this is what COVID is or whatever are also the same symptoms for seasonal allergies, regular cold, just nasal like headache, discomfort, congestion, or runny nose.
Also cancer.
Yeah, cancer. Yeah, if you have cancer, you could have COVID. But I don't know. I don't know.
If you're 92, you could have COVID.
Yeah, any aspect of it. If you've been outside, you could have COVID. If you've been inside, you could have COVID. If you've
Where do I hide from COVID?
You can't. There's no hiding from COVID. There's no possible way that you could ever
escape
100% escape it. So like I get there I was talking about a UFC fighter a little bit earlier. This guy won this weekend. Fuck, what was his goddamn name? Bryce Mitchell. I was saying it earlier.
Bryce Mitchell, yeah. He got COVID, right?
No. No, but he was somebody after the fight.
Oh, I was thinking of baseball. Sorry.
No, that guy, yeah, that's pretty funny too. He tested positive in the second inning or something, or the ninth inning. There was some crazy thing.
In the inning.
Because apparently he tested before the game, and then after a little bit, I wish there was somebody in there that could fucking tell me. I think this is what it was. He tested positive or tested negative or was inconclusive, the one that he took before the game. So they're like, oh, we have to retest you in between. Yeah. And in that one, they're like, "Oh, it's positive." So he could be still. Could be, yeah.
He just gave everybody COVID.
But it was the last game, so who cares?
Yeah. Oh, true. You know, I think there had to be some guy in the office just with his feet up on the desk, like, it's the last game of the season. We're losing. He's like drinking tea. Let me check out Bryce Mitchell's COVID test. Bryce.
Whoa, and like fell back on his chair.
Yeah.
I think I don't like you're in a bubble, right? Or weren't they in a bubble? Were they doing bubble stuff there?
No, that was the NBA. They're playing in like state. They're playing in the place. They're playing where they play. I think. I believe.
Oh wow. Okay. So yeah. That's all right, I guess.
Oh, Pat, is that a Lightning Stanley Cup shirt?
Yeah, this is actually.
Did they win this year?
Yeah, they did. But this is from the last time they won, 2004.
04.
It's a vintage. This is actually from 2004. I bought this off.
Wait, when's the last time they won? Oh, dude, Pat, fucking trim. You can fit 2 old Pats in that.
I know, right?
Or
yeah.
you can fit 2 new Pats in that.
It's like it even smells old too because I haven't worn this in forever. And then I was like, what am I saving it for? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, well, again, yeah, exactly. We won the Stanley Cup again, so now I won't wear my 2020 Stanley Cup shirt until they win it again.
You win the next one, yeah.
Hopefully next year. Who knows? But Bryce Mitchell, after his fight.
You have to put this on you, Pat. I don't want to put this on you. I do not want to put this on you, please. But what if you get fat again? That'd be so funny,
bro. That not only is a possibility, but it's also like 1 week in quarantine. I was talking about it earlier. I don't know how I didn't realize this before, but like how much just going out of the house a couple days a week is totally different from never going out of your house. Because when you're tested for COVID, obviously you're meant to quarantine until you find out the results. So I was just in the house, not doing anything for a week, and I got right back into eating my feelings. I was deep into eating my feelings, and I made brownies, and I ate the whole tray in one day, not one sitting, Luckily,
The one day.
one day
One
for
whole
sure.
day. Whole day. It's respectable.
One 24
Was
hour
that your
period.
whole? Was that your whole? Was that like your meal for the day though?
No.
Like
But that was the thing.
uh,
Was I mean, but other than that, it was pizza. It's wings. It's fucking. It's like a lot of just shit
Yeah.
that's like you're gonna eat yourself back into that. I actually had a
Yeah.
joke about it for a while where like I'm actually keeping all of my fat guy clothes long enough until I show up skinny in my Facebook memories.
Yeah.
So
That's funny.
so
That's funny.
once that happens, I'm gonna start skimming down some of the 2X shirts and just keep just the regular X's.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know if there's I don't know if there's a I don't know if there's a formula for when is it safe, but I'm like I have like actual solid parts of my stomach that I can feel that's not that deep. So I'm like
Dude, what's that like?
either that's bone or it's muscle, but either
Yeah.
way, that's like giving me hope that like there's gonna be less squish and more you know
Yolk.
yeah, or whatever it may be. I don't mind. I'll still take big man, but like I didn't realize that I wasn't like fat anymore, and like that's something
Yeah.
that I think you're coming across too. You're getting compared to the weekend, which
Yeah.
I mean, again now it's
Yeah.
it's new weekend, so it's kind of
Yeah. Fat weekend. Yeah.
you're on your way up and he's on his way down, but it's
Yeah.
still okay.
Yes.
We were talking about that last time we were at the Church of Satire in Hanover. We were talking about how it changes your fashion sense.
Yeah.
Like now you can actually like wear clothes that fit,
Yeah.
and that
I don't
has
have to buy the 46 blue jeans because I
Dude.
have to.
dude. Did you know they made shirts in number sizes?
No.
Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah,
No.
dude.
No. What kind of shirts come in numbers?
I was at a store and I was looking through the clearance section, and I was like, and there was one shirt that was like 16. And this is actually, it's funny that I did end up, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how many X's is that? What? I've always like been, it's S, M, L, XL, and then various X's of L's. You know?
They just keep adding X's and L's.
Yeah, that's been my life. I got a coupon for the first time from Casual XL in the mail, and I'm not able
Yeah.
to use it
Fuck off, dude.
because I'm not even an XL there.
Dude, I was talking to somebody the other day about those stores. Those stores are expensive and ripoffs.
Yeah, crazy. They're
Yeah,
bad.
but-
They're
yeah.
bad. It's not
The
good
shirts don't even
clothes.
fit good. They have an extra pocket. What's this pocket for? What do you?
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Those shirts. If you go there and they're telling you numbers, that's why I never knew they made them in numbers. Because if you go to that store and they tell you numbers, you're like, oh, 206. Like, no, I'm 366. That's how much. Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember when we got fitted for Andy's wedding?
Suits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's weird because you're like, what? Like I don't. They're like, what size? I don't know. How many X's you
Yeah,
got? Like,
Yeah. Just put them on 52. I don't know. Yeah.
yeah. I usually just get one pair of pants that's too big and wear them until they don't look good anymore. And that's where and that's what I'm saying is like with some of the pants and some of the shirts, they don't necessarily look great. Like they call them loungies. These are ones that I
Yeah.
can wear around the house
Yeah.
that maybe have stains in them. They're a little bit older,
Yeah.
dingier, but since I'm going to be streaming more, I want to have more eye candy for the folks.
Yeah.
So I'll
It's good loungy streamwear.
yeah, good loungy streamwear. You know, I don't. We're inventing all kinds of things today. I feel like, but adultification and fish mocks. Fish mocks, I know we didn't invent, but I am blown away by fish mocks. You have changed my life with fish mocks. I'm gonna go buy fish mocks. I'm not even sick right now.
There's just I feel like there's a whole now. That's like there's probably a whole world of like fish vitamins and shit you can probably take as a person that are like way cheaper than people vitamins.
Yeah, like I already take. So oh my god, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
So there absolutely could be. I take your probiotics. I take your fish oil. Fish oil. You're telling me that the fish store doesn't have fish oil?
That would be dumb.
Or do they need fish oil because they're already fish?
Maybe the fish want some nice scales.
It brings out their coat.
It brings out the coat. Shiny.
No, I don't. I wonder if that is so. So do you think that they have? Do fish need like vitamin D and shit like that? I mean, we could Google it, but I mean, we don't have
Yeah.
to.
No,
I-
I
like
know
you were
we
saying
are
this-
at computers.
You're saying this whole fish vitamin thing, and I'm like, yeah, that probably makes sense. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know if fish need vitamins, but they definitely need antibiotics.
Take vitamins.
Do fish take vitamins? Is that what you
Healthy diet.
Okay.
Oh no, wait. Do fish need vitamins? Here we go.
Anything?
Fish need vitamins for health, just like any animal. An improper or incomplete diet can result in nutrition and vitamin deficiencies, and also of conditions such as stunted or improper growth, a weakened immune system, or death. So yes,
So it's,
there
yeah,
are
like just
fish
like us.
vitamins. Yeah,
Holy shit.
dude. God, I'm about to go on a fish diet,
Yeah,
but like
bro.
just for fish vitamins. They do. Vitamin D. Snails, shrimps, and earthworms need vitamin D.
You ready for this? I just thought of something. We just eat nothing but fish. And then we get all the vitamins that they get and all their fucking antibiotics. Isn't it fucking crazy? Hold on. Isn't it crazy that if they're like, hey, they're giving these chickens antibiotics and these cows antibiotics, it's cruelty. But then like Fishmox comes along and they're like, you can take it.
Yeah.
You can't eat a cow that's had antibiotics or a chicken that's had antibiotics, but you can totally have Fishmox.
Wait, you can't? Why not? Is that how Monsanto works?
I think so. I think that's something about Monsanto. Obviously, we're very educated people, both of us,
Dude.
but I
Yeah.
definitely think that when they say it's that's what they always say. Like, you want I say they, white people. That's what white people say. You want all natural food, no preservatives, no antibiotics. But I guess you're right. You would want antibiotics because then you get free antibiotics with your steak.
Right?
Isn't that better?
It's better to be healthy with your food. Why does
What?
hmm.
What are cow
All right.
vitamins like?
Animals are bigger, right?
Yeah, they can be depending on which one I'm fighting.
So like, okay. Remember, like, okay, like chickens used to be much smaller and like corn used to be much smaller,
Yeah.
and now it's like a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Couldn't that just be like
Evolution.
that's not like it could be evolution, and it also isn't like that's not necessarily like a bad part about like
About the
doing
antibiotics and
science
stuff.
on food. Like increasing food yields is not a bad.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing to say. Like, oh,
that's
we
not a
have
bad-
more of chicken now.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
I
makes
do know
sense.
that the bad thing about Monsanto is that they like they make food like you have to buy seeds from them every year.
Yeah, they
Before
don't-
you didn't have to. You could like buy one set of seeds and then just regrow off of like the old fruit. That's why nothing has like seeds in it anymore. Instead of having seeds, so they just got rid of it. So like people thought seeds were annoying anyway. So we looked at it as like a convenience.
right.
But they saw it as a way for them to become to increase their profit each year.
Yeah, I think I that's a smart business tactic, but it's also definitely fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, so do you get
Mhm.
if you get an avocado from Monsanto, do you get less? Do you know what I mean?
It's
Hey,
like I
What's
don't
up,
know.
Mikey? How's it going?
I don't know how avocados work. I don't know if you can get avocados that way, right? Can you? How do avocados?
Well, can you get an avocado with no pit? Is that like if you get from
Oh.
Monsanto, do you get one with just no pit, or does the pit just suck?
I
you know what I
think
mean?
you got to keep the pit.
Mikey Thatcher's here. What's up, buddy? I
You-
think there's a weird because that's the part that you plant of the avocado. I think, right? Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't.
Yeah.
I don't mean to
No.
condescend, but I feel like my whole argument from this side is like all white people stuff. Like I learned about washing chicken from black people, and I just watched a video recently of this black couple. They were making dinner together, and she told him
Yeah.
to wash chicken, and he washed it in soap and water. He was soaking it
No.
in dishwater. Yeah, that's Lemaire. Lemaire's on the live feed here on Baby Mermaid
Hello.
Productions on YouTube. If you go to that page, you can actually see Lemaire here on the feed, but you can only hear him here on the Instagram feed. But either way, we're just happy to have you here. Lemaire and I are
Thank you
talking
for
about
having
Monsanto and antibiotics. Why are antibiotics bad in food? Because
I don't know.
we need I learned about Fishmox today. Fishmox, the fish antibiotics that humans can take. But if chickens have antibiotics and are bigger, why is that bad? Did you find out anything about Monsanto or about avocados?
Yeah, you stick shit in the pits.
Do you want to be the producer for the show?
I was just like, why don't we have a podcast?
I just thought of that too. Holy shit. This is I mean, we're getting to the bottom of everything here.
Yeah.
You stick shit in the avocado. I get it now. But
Stick shit in the avocado.
I think I remember hearing about that Monsanto thing about the seeds and thinking like, how fucked up is that? Because fruit is supposed to be the most natural thing. But like the healthcare thing that we were talking about earlier, once you make food, which is something we all need to live, and make food a business, then obviously all natural food is going to eventually become a business too. When people start saying preservatives are bad, then the government's going to go, all right, well then we'll take over natural food, and then we'll just, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like one of those things. Like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy in that sense, because it's them saying like, why would you want to fuck with that? But also it totally makes sense if it's a business, because you're not going to make you're going to make you can make batteries that are rechargeable, but eventually they got to die. You know, like they're going to make it to where you have to come back to them to get more food, which is crazy. And now saying it out loud, all those times of hearing those hippies complain about Monsanto, now I actually get it.
Yeah.
Like comparing it with my personal experience with the fucking walk-in clinic and getting denied service, where I'm just like, holy shit, if medicine and food is a business, I am fucked. Because my credit is garbage, and there's no way that somebody's going to be like, yeah, I'll float you some avocados until the next time you can figure out how to grow them or whatever. Terrifying.
Oh, man.
Lemaire, I got to ask you, buddy, do you have anything that you want to plug on the show? We're going to wrap it up a little bit here. Do you have anything that you want to plug for the people that are watching on YouTube and listening here on Instagram?
Well, yes, I think I'm going to launch an Indiegogo sometime today for me as an admin of PCN.
Yay, okay.
Yeah, I have a goal. My goal is to get a billboard. Nice. A billboard on 95.
There's one particular billboard that I always see when I drive into Philly, and then I don't know if it's the same one. It's when you take the turnpike, and as soon as you get past the toll, is that the one you're talking about? You can kind of see the city like out this way, and it's like great. That's the one?
That exact
oh my God. Yeah. Let me know if there's any way. I will support you 100%. I won't even vote. I'm not even going to vote.
I'm going to make it Indiegogo. It's just, we need money. I don't know how much, but we're going to.
And this time, in COVID times, I doubt there's a lot of people buying billboards.
Look, hey, exactly. I was looking it up, and billboard prices have dropped by like, they said 50 to 70% in some places. Oh, in Philadelphia, a billboard, the most it would cost is $1,000. But I'm going to ask for 500 just to see if like we can find something at 500 range. See if I can make a deal with the Lamar company, because I want to make a deal for you, the people. If we can get a billboard at $500, I will get us a billboard at $500. Let me say that. I will get that billboard at $500. I will talk to those people. I will call them. I will say, hey, I have this cash. I know you're not selling me billboards, but I have a billboard for this bit. And it'll be a great bit. Everyone will love this bit.
Solidarity! Solidarity! Solidarity!
That's beautiful. I wanted Al Pacino to help you out there at the end. That would be fucking amazing. And if there's anything I can do to help that, I want to help that 100%, because I want to see my buddy up there in lights. I want to see it there bright and shiny. That beautiful smile of yours. Oh man. Also, you've been shooting a lot of stuff with Jay and some other and Dorian and stuff like that.
Sketches and stuff. That stuff's it's okay.
Is that mainly on YouTube, or where can people find a lot of that stuff? On your Facebook or whatever?
Oh yeah, you can find. We have a bunch of sketches out on Facebook right now. We're making more, but I got to show you one, Pat. It's really good.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, stick around there. Yeah. I'm gonna wrap up the show a little bit, and I'm going to let everybody know. You can follow Lemaire. Obviously, you can see his thing there.
Oh, let me do it. I like this part.
Go
follow me on Facebook, Twitter. Oh, follow me at Lemaire Lee, at LEMAIRLEE, Lemaire Lee. I'll do it one more time, at LEMAIRELEE. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, ManyVids, Pornhub, OnlyFans, everywhere. You'll find me everywhere. And also, Wild Philly TV. That's who I'm working with. Check out their live streams. They do full DJ sets. We're going to start putting streams out on their channel shortly. Not streams, but like we're going to start putting sketches out on their streams.
Okay.
And they stream every Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's really chill. It's fucking cool.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. Fuck yeah, dude. And obviously follow Baby Mermaids. If you're watching this right now, hit like, hit subscribe, click the little bell for notifications. Let everybody know when we do go live. Again, we are going to be going live these days, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 1. That's what we're going to be doing. Sometimes we'll have a guest. Sometimes we won't. Lemaire, thank you so much for being our first guest on the live GDP. I believe the next episode we're going to have my wife here. So it's going to be a fun one. We're going to have that. Make sure to join us. Follow Baby Mermaid Productions on Instagram. Follow us on follow me on Facebook.